Satnam, hello, my name is Zita and this video is about 10th pauri of Japji Sahib. Whenever I find myself maybe a little agitated or aggravated by someone, I started practicing deep listening in those moments, or at least not maybe in exactly in those moments. I just try not to react, but process that information through deep listening. And it's been very, very helpful. It's as if I kind of draw myself into the source of all energy, right? The source of energy that is within me, within them, within everything. And Guru Nanak brings it up a lot, actually. This idea that if you just connect with your meditative mind, if you deeply listen, you will know the truths. Deeply listening, truth, complete utter contentment, and genuine wisdom will be with you, within you. Deeply listening, the purity from bathing in all sacred waters will cleanse you. Deeply listening, the same honor comes as if you had continually read and studied. Deeply listening brings you to the point of one-pointedness, flowing with the continual flow of the Divine Spirit in meditative delight. Nanak, those who surrender themselves in love to the Divine continually blossom and bloom. Deeply listening, sorrows and errors depart. It always strikes me very interesting in winter when there is winter solstice, right? And all these holidays are coming up. New Year, Christmas, Hanukkah, and people are arguing, right? Whether we can say Happy Holidays or just Christmas or Merry Christmas or things like that. And then when you mention winter solstice, some people don't even know what that is, right? So there is this idea that there are many things that are created on a cultural level, and we can be found as disgraceful when we say a wrong word. And then there is the underlying truth, right? And the underlying truth is that in the winter solstice, during the winter solstice, the sun is reborn. And that is what's been celebrated in the Northern Hemisphere for many, many years, thousands of years, and so on. That was a very significant moment. That was a truth that was firmly established. Whatever the type of holiday that was attached to it was secondary. So when we deeply listen, we can uncover the truths that lie underneath the little kind of glittery cultural perceptions. And we can connect with those truths. And we can see their significance. The same it is with thoughts, right? I really, really see thoughts as fashion. Like, oh, everybody's wearing this kind of pants, so I'm gonna wear this kind of pants, whether they look good on me or not. With thoughts is the same. Oh, everybody's saying the same thing or thinking the same thing, I'm gonna think that too. And sometimes, and this is absolutely true, sometimes people hold back their personal opinion because they don't know whether that is what that group of people is thinking or is aligned with that. Or they will hold their personal standpoint to check for validity, where instead we all should spend more time deeply, deeply listening to ourselves, to our own thoughts. And in that way, as Guru Nanak says, you will always be honored You will always live in a graceful state. You will not going to be ridiculed because you have not put on someone else's pants. Even when your body changes and goes through transition, you will always find the pants that fit you. In the same way, your opinions can change. The way you look at the world will change, but make sure that it always comes from within you. And one more example is that, over the years, people love to learn from sages and saints and, maybe hermits, shamans, people who live on the edge of the society who didn't quite conform to the cultural societal rules and did not quite believe in those rules. They would like literally laugh at them. And when people needed healing or where they really needed to hear advice, they would go to these people. Not because these people read so many books, not because these people knew the truths and, were the best scientists and have tested every single scenario, but because they subconsciously knew and understood that if you spend time alone, if you do not conform, and especially if you spend time in prayer, meditation, you will be tuned into certain truths that we regular people who have to work can't quite see as clearly. And that, even Buddha, right, as he meditated all these hours, when he came out, they said he was like literally glowing, and people saw him and that's when he became true teacher, because people saw it and they were like, wow, they literally could see his wisdom. But the answer is not to, okay, who is the best sage? Who is the best guru? Who is best to listen to? That's like a last resort. The first resort is you try to go deeply within. You find your truth. Keep turning to yourself. Keep going deeply within. You have the access to all the truths. As it says in the pauri, if you deeply, deeply listen, you will know the truths of all the books that were ever written, because it's as if you are going deeply within into the source of the knowledge. Ever since I learned Japji, ever since I've been meditating on deep listening, it's something that I just keep on practicing, especially when I'm having some kind of issues with people, maybe misunderstandings with people, right? It's like, if I am able to hold myself back and not answer, yell out, or argue, then I step back and I try to find that neutral space. And I try to then just deeply listen. And maybe it doesn't happen immediately, right? Within like 5 minutes. Sometimes I need to spend a day or two and keep thinking about the issue for a period of time until some kind of a satisfactory answer will appear, or something lights up within me. Usually it happens during sadhana when I practice, because that's when that clarity of thoughts is there. And one more thing on thoughts is that we think that we create our thoughts. We think that we create our memories, that we are the generators of them. But the more I live, and I've been living a few decades now on this planet, the more I'm realizing that the thoughts and the consciousness are truly a gift that you are able to receive. And the quality of those thoughts, the quality of that consciousness, the quality of that truth depends on how you value yourself, on simple things like how do you eat, how do you take care of yourself, but also, are you able to spend time in your own body? Do you value your mind? Because I've seen it often enough how easy it is to literally forget and never remember. I used to make videos 10 years ago and I used to say things that I don't remember now. They are not in my mind. And I look back at it like, wow, that's pretty smart. Like, I should listen to myself. Not because like I'm so full of myself, but it's like that was the thought process that I had back then. And I don't have it now. There is not less of value in it. It's just that whatever was coming through me wasn't even me. That was universe, universal consciousness, universal mind working through me. And through my life experiences was helping me see something special. And this is why this pauri, the 10th pauri, ends with saying, those who surrender themselves to the love of the divine continually blossom and bloom. So that means like you surrender yourself, leave your thoughts, and just know that you are always working with something greater, bigger. It's not just you. So surrender and you will be supported. And then all the pain, all the worry will go away immediately. It's when we think we are alone, it's when we think that we have to do everything on our own, that's when we get into trouble. Suniye sat santogyan, suniye sat kaisnan, suniye par paveman, suniye lage sejdiyan, nanak bhagda sadavigas, suniye duk papkarnas. Suniye sat santogyan, suniye sat kaisnan, suniye par paveman, suniye lage sejdiyan, nanak bhagda sadavigas, suniye duk papkarnas. Suniye sat santogyan, suniye sat kaisnan, suniye par paveman, suniye lage sejdiyan, nanak bhagda sadavigas, suniye duk papkarnas. Suniye sat santogyan, suniye sat kaisnan, suniye par paveman, suniye lage sejdiyan, nanak bhagda sadavigas, suniye duk papkarnas. Suniye sat santogyan, suniye sat kaisnan, suniye par paveman, suniye lage sejdiyan, nanak bhagda sadavigas, suniye duk papkarnas. Suniye sat santogyan, suniye sat kaisnan, suniye par paveman, suniye lage sejdiyan, nanak bhagda sadavigas, suniye duk papkarnas. Suniye sat santogyan, suniye sat kaisnan, suniye par paveman, suniye lage sejdiyan, nanak bhagda sadavigas, suniye duk papkarnas. Suniye sat santogyan, suniye sat kaisnan, suniye par paveman, suniye lage sejdiyan, nanak bhagda sadavigas, suniye duk papkarnas. Suniye sat santogyan, suniye sat kaisnan, suniye par paveman, suniye lage sejdiyan, nanak bhagda sadavigas, suniye duk papkarnas. Suniye sat santogyan, suniye sat kaisnan, suniye par paveman, suniye lage sejdiyan, nanak bhagda sadavigas, suniye duk papkarnas. सुनिए सत्संतों की आन, सुनिए अत्सत का स्नान, सुनिए पर पावेमान, सुनिए लगे सहज ध्यान, नानक भक्ता सदा विकास, सुनिए दुख पाप का नाश।